Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16, Week 6. Today we're looking at Team Reedy taking on Team pvcpipe, and I have what might be the most special guest I've ever had in my entire time doing this, because for all intents and purposes, last season we did a funny match where we had somebody who basically hasn't played Dota outside of like a dozen games, but has at least played like League of Legends, Smite, other similar games. This guy basically doesn't even know what the fuck a MOBA is, so everybody say hello to Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Well, you don't have to say hello to you.
Oh, never mind then.
This is going to be fun. Band out the Pit Lord, band out the OD, which is targeted at pvcpipe and Slizzy. These two play these particular guys like basically every time they're not banned out. The Bounty Hunter is targeted at Giraffe, and the Windrunner is just one of the most powerful heroes in the game right now, so that's why that got banned. Which of these characters do you find to be the most attractive, Grandma?
There's only one character I care about in this game, and it's the skeleton dude. What's his name? Like Clinks or Clank or something like that.
Oh, you might see him in this game, then. Yeah, you've seen what a Dota is, broadly. I think you've played like 2 matches of it in like 2017.
Yeah, I know 2 things about Clinks. Is that he's a skeleton, and he has a dedicated get-out-of-jail-free card.
Yeah, he has a line when he moves where he's like, "It's better to run than curse the road." And I thought it was some weird old folksy saying, but actually no, Clinks made that up. First pick is Venomancer. What's your opinion on Venomancer, just based on his name and physical appearance alone?
He has a bit too many limbs for a snake.
How many limbs is too many for a snake?
1.
What do you think Venomancer is going to do in this game?
He probably spits poison.
That's a good guess. Inexplicably, he also makes like smaller versions of himself that fire poison projectiles that like guard over spots, like a sentry in Team Fortress 2.
That's another game I've played not very much of.
But you know what a sentry is, I hope.
Yeah.
There you go, Darkseer. And he's being followed up with Lion. I don't like the lion.
That is clearly not a lion.
No, he's just named Lion. He's the Demon Witch. He's also one of the very few remaining heroes that go by his name rather than his title, for some reason. I guess because Demon Witch is kind of a mouthful. What do you think of Darkseer?
He looks like... I just remembered that this game is kind of based off Warcraft 3, which
kind of, yeah.
Makes sense why he looks kind of familiar. Because that's a game I have played.
Well, here's the thing about Darkseer. Have you ever seen that movie Coneheads with Dan Aykroyd?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, so if you've seen Coneheads, this character is actually completely based off of Coneheads.
Nice.
So, yeah, you basically can figure out what he does. Lion is one of the very simple characters in this game. He stuns you, he drains your mana, and he points at you and you die. Or you take a lot of damage and don't die, but one of the two.
Nice. So if this guy is Dan Aykroyd, who's the Bill Murray of this game?
Radiant team banned. Drow Ranger.
Probably one of the Goblin Techies, if I'm guessing. Drow Ranger coming up. She's she's not really a drow. She was just raised by them and paints herself to look like one, and role plays as one online sometimes. But that role play is a little dirty, so we don't like to try and mention that on the show.
Yeah, she's clearly a very distinct character, and not that archer zombie lady from Warcraft.
It's true. And it's funny because then League of Legends also ripped off the same character, so both games have just some archer that looks just like this. The Dawnbreaker is gone. Dawnbreaker is the hero with the really thick thighs that shows up in a lot of the unseemly artwork for this game.
10 seconds remaining.
Faceless Void,
Dire team
guess from his name alone what Faceless Void's gimmick is.
He steals your face.
No, he time travels.
Oh, yeah.
He like makes a big ball that nobody can move around in except for him, and he just beats you up.
10 seconds remaining.
Is that a JoJo reference?
No, that was before JoJo was
5
invented.
seconds remaining. Radiant team
Ursa's
back.
gone. He's a big bear that just sounds like an idiot and kills you. Spirit Breaker's gone. He's a big bull that sounds like an idiot and kills you in a different way. He just charges at you rather than Ursa, who just is a bear and does exactly what you would expect a bear to do. He mauls you. He mauls you, and he does not care about the damage that you do to him, and he is very dumb, and he's like, ho 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 ho!
5 seconds
Consider yourself lucky. A den mother would have done much worse. He talks exactly like that. Legion Commander is Legion Bander.
You know, I just noticed the flag. It's the fucking monsters from Space Jam.
Yeah, the name of the team is the Monstars. I
Oh, yeah.
usually
10
go
seconds remaining.
by the actual team names, but usually the seasons are themed. But this season, only like 3 teams actually went by the theme. So instead, because of that, it's Team Reedy and Team PvcPipe.
I can't tell who that is on the other flag. I'm just gonna assume it's like Taylor Swift or something.
Yeah, I don't know the modern pop music, to be honest with you. I think Doja Cat is somebody, but I don't know. I'm not enough of a zoomer. And Grandma, you're from Louisiana, so all you know is Cajun music and
Of
gumbo.
course.
No Puck. Puck is gone. Puck is it would be. I'm glad I don't have to describe what Puck is to you. Let's just put it like that. Because it's very weird and abstract and makes no sense in or out of the context of Dota, really.
5 seconds remaining.
So why does it take so long to pick the characters?
Well, I mean, this is a more serious sort of game, so everybody is sitting there mulling over, you know, what's going to counter what, who's going to do this, that, the other. I will say one thing, you know, when I'm sitting here thinking a bit more critically about our... Okay, Lich. I actually really like what the PvC team has going for them here so far. Lich throws balls at you. And he also is irresistible, so if he looks into your eyes, you just have to go to him.
10 seconds remaining.
And then he throws
I
his
know
balls
that
at you.
feeling.
So,
5 seconds
yeah,
remaining.
Darkseer, one of his abilities, and again, this is just very clearly based on the movie Coneheads,
Radiant
is he has this
team
vacuum ability that makes everyone get all close together. Lion can stun a bunch of people who are really close together, and Lich's ult, he throws his balls, they bounce back and forth to people who are, you guessed it, really close together. These 3 have really good chemistry as a result. The one downside is that this Venomancer guy, the poison he spits, none of these guys really have much to do about that for a very long time.
5 seconds remaining.
Until Darkseer buys Pipe for you more Dota-inclined types. Treant Protector coming up here. Can you,
That's the best character from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Treant Protector's abilities used to all be named after Pokemon moves, but not anymore. Not only like half of them
Nintendo.
are.
Rare team pick.
Did Nintendo shut that down, or
No,
what?
they just like added a bunch of new abilities and changed out the ones he used to have. Razor is the easiest Dota hero to do an impression of because all you do is just deliberately voice crack and then growl alternatively.
10 seconds.
His name is Razor, and he doesn't even use a blade.
No, he doesn't.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, I guess it makes sense with Lion there.
It's an electric razor, you know, like an electric shaver.
Oh, I see.
He attaches to you, he steals all of your damage, and he shoots lightning everywhere. Hey,
Hell
look
yeah.
at that! This was
It's my boy.
Slizzy's main hero, so I figured there was a good chance he could show up. I think he's actually really good this game, especially in combination with the guys that you've got here. I really... this is like a really good looking lineup from PVC so far, if they can actually make this work.
But yeah, like I was saying before, the thing I love about Clinks is that he has an invisibility button. And, you're about to die, and you just
Seconds remaining.
choose not to die. They cannot
go.
kill you without your consent.
Well, they can kill you without your consent in a more organized game that's not being played by people who have one match. But you know. No Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight is never worth a ban, sorry. CK knocked out. I like everything about this draft except for that. CK is knocked out. It's kind of hard to say he's worth a ban, even in
10
Matt's hands.
seconds remaining.
So, I'm no Dota expert, but
5
is the game
seconds
really
remaining.
that shitty that they need to ban 6 characters per team?
Why does that, like, impact the quality?
Well, I mean, like, imagine you're playing a fighting game and you can't even play the character you want.
Well, the thing is that matchups in Dota are a lot more like binary, and I think this goes for most of the games of this type. Matchups in Dota are very, very binary. For example, there are these 2 characters in the game, right? There is Legion Commander, who puts you in the state of like a duel, and
10 seconds
you
remaining.
fight to the death, and if she wins, then she gets damage forever.
5
Every time she wins a
seconds
duel, she gets stronger, but if she loses them, the opponent gets stronger, or it could be inconclusive. And there's a hero in the game who, his ultimate ability, which can happen literally any time he gets below a certain HP, no matter what's going on, is named Baden. His ult, he goes ding, and then all the attacks that you do to him turn into healing him, and he can also put shields on people and heal them when they're in the middle of the duel. So if you're a Legion Commander and a Baden is picked up on the enemy team, then your game is kind of unwinnable.
Dire team pick.
And it is deliberately constructed like that. That's pretty much why you have the bans. Therefore, chucking at the opposing lineup, because it's there's more of a strategic element, and well, it's also to help make sure that the most meta-dominant heroes do not completely take over
10
the game.
seconds remaining.
But I think bans are probably fine. I don't think they really detract
5 seconds
from the
remaining.
elements. Snapfire is artillery, except she's also a grandma, except nobody uses the default skin anymore. Everyone makes her young, because they added a young skin, and everybody picks it because they want to fuck the youngs. Sorry. They want to... Nah, you know what? That'll be my one today. They want to do that to Snapfire.
Yeah, that's a certain niche.
Who likes goblins. And that is a goblin. Gnome. It's weird, she has the skin tone of all like the gnomes in the game and looks like all the gnomes in the game, but she is a goblin. She's like related to another hero in this game directly that is most certainly a goblin. Then you've got Spectre, who's like a ghost.
Oh yeah, so what's her dragon's name?
Mortimer.
Nice. Oh shit, it's a crocodile now.
Yep, and it's young Snapfire as predicted. It is funny because they very much deliberately designed the like character aesthetically to be like, oh, it's like the funny old grandma. And she even still has the funny old grandma voice and does funny old grandma things. Not you, but like actual old women. But nobody plays the grandma version of her anymore. Except for like 5 people, so now it's young old people. Every game. Yeah, overall, I like the Treant Snapfire combo. I think that's really good, but I feel like there's a lot like the PVC pipe teams combos and fights just looks way nastier, and I think way easier to actually bring together. Because it's like with the Reedy team, it's like you have the Treant Protector, you have ult, you have the Snapfire ult. That's just artillery. The Snapfire ult is artillery. The Treant Protector ult is everybody nearby stand still for a minute. So as you might expect, that goes well with artillery. But nothing else on this team really goes great with it. Drow is fine with it. The gotta wait for Clinks to run by here. The Drow is fine with it. There's nothing wrong with the Drow with it. The Venomancer doesn't really help or hinder Venomancer in any way. He's gonna get what he wants done regardless of that. Razor has like one ability that works well with it, and it's like his weakest ability. So the chemistry on this team is like a little awkward. Some of the heroes just aren't that good, and they're not being... there's like some people not playing comfort heroes. Playing heroes they haven't played much on this lineup. It's going to be the case for this Dark Seer, but I don't think it's going to be the case really for anybody else on the Dire, on the other hand. The Dire are the other guys. They live here because they're evil. Not these guys necessarily, just that's the team. It's it's the Horde, basically. It's Alliance and Horde, and they're the Horde. But yeah, it's like
30 seconds.
all you need to make this as big as anything the enemy can do to you is just like one vacuum. Use this ability, everybody comes together, and then literally whatever you do to that, I mean, everybody's got something really big and stupid that they can do to it. Clink says this burning barrage he can get when he buys Aghanim Shard, which you better this game. That's huge into a good vacuum. Spectre can make fake versions of herself around everybody. That's really good if everybody's all together. She can just have her fakes beat everybody up. You know, this is awesome. Just bounces around, kills everybody. This is good. This could potentially, if he gets Aghanim Scepter, which he probably won't, but if he gets that, it's like you just do a bunch of damage to everybody. Look at this. 850 damage, and every hero has some basic magic immunity, but it's like, this kills her right now, one shot. This kills Veno. This kills Razor. This kills basically everybody on this team except maybe these two. In one hit right now. Of course, that's going to change. Their HP will grow more. Holy crap, they completely deforested this area. Poor Treon Protector. He likes to have trees around because he turns invisible near them. And they've just taken away all of his trees. Well, with that being said, we must now pause the game.
So, oh, there we go. I was worried it would take a while.
Now, luckily, this is a game that's already taken place. This is not live, so
Yeah.
we have the ability to not do that. Oh, PVC. I was a little worried about PVC on the Dark Seer because when he picked it back in Season 12, he told me that the reason that his gameplay was awkward is because it was well, he didn't pick it, he randomed it. It was literally the first time he had ever played the hero, so hopefully he's played it a couple more times since. Also, youch, Godlike Matt getting completely buried over here. Really messed up early on in this lane. It's going to be a tough lane for these two, I think. Ooh, if that had actually hit the Spectre, she was dead. Oh, man. Might still die. Is actually, yeah, just going to die here. Razor is just able to barely get her out as Venomancer slithers away. First Blood gives you a heck of a lot more money than any of the other kills in the game do. Gives you a big money bonus, so old Razor, very happy about that. Anyway, with that now being said, with that now being done, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the game, the roll call. So, for Team Reedy, pause 1, captain of the team on the Drow Ranger, we've got Reedy himself. Pause 2. On the Snapfire, you've got J-Bay. Pause 3. On the Razor, you've got G-Raff, also known as the Beatus. He's sponsored by Ostentatious. Have you ever seen the selling as service, like, thing?
No.
Nobody ever has. The pause 4, we've got Molsky. Having a little bit of a banter over here. But with that Q miss, probably nothing happening. And pause 5, you've got Sabo, Mr. 305, sponsored by Hi, on the Treon Protector. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, pause 1, on the PVC Pipe team, you've got Spectre, being played by Godlike Matt. Oh, Pahoro is dead. Spectre being played by Godlike Matt. Pause 2, you've got your favorite hero, the funny skeleton man, Slizzy. Oh, he was at movie night. when we were like watching the Seagal movie. Were you there for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Also,
was
you're
there.
kind of breaking up right now.
Don't worry, it'll unbreak, I promise.
All right.
Slizzy on the Clinks. Pause 3 is the PVC pipe, captain of the team, playing the Darkseer. Get a little hammered over here. Pause 4, you've got Reflusky, sponsored by Little Caesars, on the Lion. And pause 5, you've got Pohohoro on the Lich, and I believe she is the only one who's actually... Oh no, PVC Pipe is also using this team's icon, and Pohohoro is actually going to go over here, get a revenge kill with the Assistant Suspector. You want to take a guess what pause 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 mean?
I don't have a clue.
Position 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's basically... Oh, Reflusky misses a stun and dies. It's farming order. The position 1 needs the most money the most often, and so he must kill the most people and the most creeps. You know, position 2, second most, position 3, third most, and so on and so forth. So later on in the game, this Reedy guy is going to be doing a lot of damage. If nobody stops him, he's going to get a lot of money. He's going to be very rich. He's going to do a lot of damage and be very happy. Whereas Sabo on this Treon Protector, on the other hand, which, by the way, is usually this team's pause 4, I believe. So they swapped that out. But Sabo on the Treon Protector is going to barely get any money at all and basically just do supporting things for most of this game. And hence, we refer to him as support. This lane is getting pretty rough for PVC Pipe. Needs to depend on these ion shells more, I think. Every time he walks up to the lane and just doesn't put an ion shell on, he just loses half his HP and doesn't do anything. What's this?
What's that bird doing?
Oh, that's a jungle creep. It gets mad because Reflusky yelled at it. Watch Pohohoro die. This is very simple. Razor, as I mentioned before, he puts a link on you, steals your damage. He stole a bunch of damage from Spectre and used it to kill his friend the Lich. Well, kill her friend the Lich. Spectre is not among the heroes that get a lot of the questionable fan art in this game. Actually, pretty rare for this game to get questionable fan art, which is nice. Though when it does, it's like far more questionable than most properties for whatever reason. Like, you know, crucifixion is a weirdly common theme in it. And I don't mean crucifixion for religious and spiritual purposes, I mean somebody... Anyway. Oh, see? Like I said, get out of jail card this ain't in a more organized game, and here comes the artillery. It's firebombing, so it's a war crime, and Slizzy has been completely annihilated. Okay, what the hell was that? Fun happening in every lane right now. Watch this going down. Oh, Matt has just lost so much of his damage. He just barely survives Razor and then dies immediately to a creep. If you're Spectre, that's totally fine. You didn't formally get the kill, which is very sad. But if you're Spectre, that's totally fine because you still get the money if you die. So Razor still gets the money for killing the Spectre, but Spectre still gets the XP. So if you're Spectre, you're happy with that. Stack neutrals. Remo, what do you think that means?
Well, you know, like when neither player has any advantage, it's neutral.
Dire are scanning.
Huh?
You know, it's... You know.
Huh?
I don't know. So what is neutral?
Neutrals are the jungle creeps, like these guys, so these are rather big ones.
Oh, I
And,
see. They're like a neutral faction.
Yeah, if you draw them out of their little camps when a minute rolls over, a second stack of them spawns up and they're worth money. So, stack neutrals, the supports can make big stacks of those things, carries can come clean them up, make big money. And Lich is like certainly dead here unless something amazing happens. Big magic wand. Okay. Good positioning there. And a good sudden rotation by the Lion. Pohohoro is going to go down for this, but it is almost certain, so is Razor. Pohohoro's a position 5, Razor's a position 3, so overall that was worth it. Good rotation there from Refleski, good positioning by Pohohoro. Good to see that coming out. This team definitely started very rough, but I think most clearly the PVC pipe team is like most clearly showing improvement week over week of I think the teams in this season. Should let you know. Okay, I like this. I like this. Great spectral. That's a spectral action. She makes ghosts. Okay, this isn't good though. Shouldn't have come here. Spectre makes ghosts of herself around all the enemies and can instantly go where they are. And also leaves a ghost where she originally was. And that was a great go at bot. Oops. Yeah, oops is right. It was a great go at bot. Saw the drow really low, stepped to her, and just killed the drow. Which was really good. Really good play there. Only problem is she accidentally went to mid instead of, like, somewhere safe, so she just died immediately afterwards. Should mention, been talking a bunch about not this, but J-Bay, like, smashed up mid pieces. 20 last hits up compared to Clank's 10 denies up. You can deny a friendly creep, so the other person gets a very limited amount of XP and no gold from it. And Snapfire here did that a whole hell of a lot. Alright, there's lots of very sudden kills in this game, I'm telling you. Ooh, Matt. Ooh, Matt. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying ooh when I already know he died and went back, but you know. Okay. Grandma, we need your expert wisdom, alright? You know what, actually, I'm going to wait 30 seconds before I ask you this question.
Alright.
PVC pipe, getting a little hammered, walking away. He's going to be okay. He's got a big role to play here. Switch over the net worth chart. Currently favors the Reedy lineup. PVC can very easily make this situation kind of nightmarish for them. The fake Drow Ranger sadly doesn't get the Frost Heroes, but it's still going to do a pretty good amount of damage. Fake Snapfire doesn't get the little Shredder, but it's still going to do a pretty good amount of damage. Fake Razor doesn't get the Link, but it's still going to do a pretty good amount of damage. Like, if it was one of these guys and two heroes that didn't do any right-clicking at all, it would be a disastrously bad Darkseer game. But because all three of their guys are like 4 or 5 out of 10 targets to put in the wall, there's definitely the likelihood of a situation where it's like they all just beat themselves up. And even if they don't, it's probably fine. The vacuum is going to be big here, but PVC pipe over here. What do you think of the name PVC pipe, by the way?
It's a pretty good name.
What do you think of the fact that he's sponsored by Boomer?
Like the entire generation?
Yes.
That's pretty good. They're doing pretty well right here.
If you're wondering, Ion Shell, when you put an Ion Shell on something, it just starts radiating damage. So you can do what he's doing here, for example. Put it on one of the jungle creeps, and it is now any jungle creep that's like close to it, it is basically like radioactive, just killing them. There's top T1 going down here. Here are those fake Venomancers I was talking about, just little snake wards. And they shoot projectiles and have just killed this tower. But Darkseer needs to use his skills very effectively this game. It's going to be a lot riding on him here. I do think he can do it if he has the experience. You know, this same week we've seen in the Cryptic team game, the Cryptic versus Hollywood series. Rada was playing that Darkseer, but it's like a super non-comfort hero for him, so he wasn't doing anything. He just, like, he really just couldn't play the hero. And it backfired on them spectacularly. So, hopefully, PVC pulls out a better performance than that. I'm gonna find the tree, cut it down here. Alright, it's 12 minutes. I said I was gonna ask this at 10, I'll ask it now. We need your infinite wisdom. Who do you think is going to win this game?
My money's on PVC.
Why?
Because he's the one with Clinks on his team, right?
Yes.
That's all you need.
Alright. Clinks is gonna try and take it to the Razor here. He's gonna lose a lot of the— Ooh, that's so good! That's such a good wall. It's great Lich ult too, but unfortunately everybody is also standing right on top of each other's toes. So Snapfire just drops the artillery right back on them and kills them all. Well, that's awkward. That looked like such a good go, but unfortunately they had no stuns left over for J-Bay. And it makes the world wonder, where was my lion? He's got 2 stuns. Either stun stops the artillery barrage, right? And it's down forever. 2 minutes until you can do another one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is slightly unfortunate. I think if he's closer there, they just get a bunch of kills and don't lose anybody. As it stands, they lose everybody and a tower. I don't know why Reedy's name is nothing. They lose everybody and a T1 tower here, which kinda sucks, Especially when you just lost all that to who was the top net worth in the entire game. Has the most money on the Goblin Gnome here. In general, the linear advantage on the Reedy lineup has not changed since lane phase. The only character in the entire game has more money than their counterpart is that Lich has more money than the Treant Protector. Everybody else has less money than their Reedy team counterpart. And I was talking earlier about stacks and doing them. Here's a great example of that in action. Old Snapfire here just shooting up these little pinecone guys. What do you think of these little pinecone enemies?
I like them. They're kind of reminds me of a pineapple and a pine cone.
It's true. That's true. It is definitely true that they remind you particularly of a pinecone and a pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me, I think you're just nuts. I don't know why you would even associate them with either of those things, but... So he has started to climb up these net worth charts a little bit. They just drank a clarity, so he dropped low Razor again. That's funny. Oh, that's very sad. He drank a clarity and then immediately walked into a multi-shot, so it got knocked out. So you got a bit of a kerfuffle there at bottom lane, and that was the point and kill ability I was talking about with Lion. PVC trying to make this as much of a mess as possible with this skill set here. And he does, as his team is able to just retreat out perfectly fine. That's a teleport scroll. Guess what he just did?
Something good.
He teleported home with the teleport scroll. Surprisingly. I'm getting a little antsy here, and yeah, they're just gonna drop artillery on these guys. They did just use 3 ults on 2 supports, I must say. That is quite a lot to drop on these guys. Ooh, especially when Molsky's getting hammered over at mid. I do have the Treant, huh? Wait a minute. Oh my god, Razor just walked past a bunch of jungle creeps, he just killed them! Ah, no, they officially took the kill though, that's kinda lame. If a jungle creep kills you, it's counted as like a neutral creep kill, which means nobody gets the money or anything from it. XP or anything like that, so... PvZ made a really cool play here by using the jungle creeps to do a bunch of damage to Razor, but he did not get the kill, so he got nothing for it except the satisfaction. And Slizzy just got sat on by an old woman. Who's not old. Aqua meeting here in the jungle. Okay, yeah, goodbye, Lion. Got that double damage rune. Can you guess what a double damage rune does?
It probably increases your damage by about 2 times.
It's a good way to put it, perhaps. You might even say it increases it by 100%. Here's the thing, though. If the Dire can make this game go on long, the Dire do have a very big advantage in this. Spectre not only scales better than Drow, so she's better with more money and later in the game, but also counters her very specifically. Drow Ranger hates it when you get close to her, and you remember what that Spectre ult does?
Nope.
Makes a ghost around all the enemy team members that she can just jump right to. So you can just make a ghost right next to Drow, get right in her face for free, and there's really nothing she can do about it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not for free, you have to use the ability, and it costs a little bit of mana, but I mean... You get what I'm going for here. Not the best situation for Old Drow Ranger to be in. PvC lineup, looking for somebody in the jungle here, but nobody's home. Everybody's getting, just closing around to scout out, to try and find... Okay, well, Treant walked over here, but he's walking out just as fast, so... Put up a sentry ward. Those see invisible units.
Dire's top
So
tower
Clinks
is
cannot
under
walk there
attack.
without getting revealed. Razor picks up a Lotus. Oh, we have a Gleipnir reveal out on the Snapfire here. Gleipnir just stuns, basically. It doesn't legally stun, but it basically stuns everybody in a certain area. And they just use that to completely wax PvC. You're from New Orleans, right? You see scenes like that every day of a guy just getting completely just shot down like that.
Radiant's
Yeah, it
middle
happens
tower
all the
is under
time.
attack.
2 blocks from my house not too long ago.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Rest in peace. Clinks is out here looking for something to do. And this Snapfire is very tempting. Razor being here is kind of an annoyance. Great Lichel. Fortunately, it just bounces over to the creeps mostly, but that's fine enough. As long as Razor doesn't kill everybody here, this is a nice, good, Alright, very brave TP on the part of Spectre, but it works out just fine. I don't actually have any stuns anymore to stop it. You need a stun to stop a TP or any other channel ability, and this team has 1. And that stun is up every 100 seconds, so... Somebody is teleporting away, cannot do anything about that here. Of course, you don't really have any stuns on this team either, except the Lion stun and the Lich Gaze.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hey, speaking of Sinister Gaze,
Radiant's middle
how are
tower
you?
has fallen.
Feeling pretty sinister right now.
Ooh, Suzy. Clinks, no. Clinks and a Razor. Not the best matchup in the world. Pretty much all this Clinks guy does is right-click you. So if Razor's able to get some sight on you and able to get that link up, then he can literally stop you from being able to do anything. He isn't even going for his own Gleipnir here, which is fairly traditional on Clinks. You usually get that. He isn't even going for his own Gleipnir. He is instead just going straight for an Orchid for some reason. Orchid just silences you, stops you from using your skills. I wouldn't do it here. Silencing one person is not going to change things. You need damage. You need a way to get people held still. So this is the evil GameCube.
Yep. It's...
The evil GameCube does damage to you when you hit it. And it's always really funny when somebody dies trying to do it.
Bottom tower
So
Nobody
why
did
were
that
they
this
hitting
time.
it just now?
That gives you, if you kill it, that gives you an Aghanim Shard, which basically upgrades one of your abilities. For free, usually you have to pay quite a bit of money for that. But not this time, so now Venomancer has a very annoying latent toxicity, which, basically what that means is he puts a debuff on you. There's a bunch of things that purge debuffs in this game, and if you purge that specific one, you just blow up and take a lot of damage and get stunned. So it's super annoying. Luckily, for the Dire, so far they have exactly one thing that could possibly do that, which is this Manta style that Spectre owns. And that's it, and that's probably the only one they're ever going to get, for that matter. Though a Lotus Orb on this team wouldn't be bad. Especially if you could get it out before that happens. And yeah, this team did their own evil GameCube. They gave the, well, they didn't give it. It chooses randomly who to give it to, among 2 candidates. Today, Reflesky got it, so now he gets to be magic immune when he sucks people.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, that lion hero who's not actually a lion, he sucks people.
Yeah, there's a lot of sucking going on in this game.
Who's doing the most
Dire's
sucking?
top tower is under
The lion guy.
Who's in second place?
Dire are scanning.
The one who was sponsored by Little Caesars.
That is lion.
Oh, well, he's in first and second place, I guess.
Oh, that's very nice. And speaking of very nice counter attack here by the Dire, or by the Radiant rather. Giraffe very nearly died, but the team just pulled in immediately, just swept him out of existence. Which really shows how important. You can teleport to towers, and because the Dire have not really killed any towers on this map, they've gotten one so far in the whole game. Every time they try to do something like that, everybody on the other team can just teleport in and just stop it. It's really not doing them any favors. pvcpipe missed this to farm, which I don't like.
Dire's
I
bottom
feel like if you're going to be killing anybody, you need this guy there. He's the only thing that's preventing the other team from doing that. I need that vacuum, baby. Flusky trying to get the deny there. Giraffe got an illusion rune. Now there's fakes. Let's see if Slizzy tries to kill the fake. See if Ocelot links me a YouTube video in the middle of the game. Apparently he wasn't fucking crazy the whole time. Drow is not going to be crazy about what happens to her here. Just gets immediately hammered. Great Lich ult. But that's annoying. The creep wave just showed up the worst possible time. But Clink's showed up at the worst possible time in kind, and that's very interesting. Overall, 3 for 2, a bunch of supports for a bunch of cores. Never mind, a bunch of supports for a bunch of cores and another support, because Slizzy decided to go into overtime, get one more kill. Alright, well, that's a huge fight for the PvC lineup. I think it shows both the effectiveness of the PvC build so far in this game. That Crimson Guard held down a lot of the damage. The combo was really good, even if the creep wave ate a big bit of it up. So overall, that came out very, very, very well for them. 3,680 gold falls right into their pockets, mostly into the hands of people who can most use it, and Clink's got 1,337 gold. Well played indeed. So you've seen this. You've seen a big part of this game so far now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So outside of Clink's, you know, you've got that bias, right? You came in with that knowing bias. Who do you think is the best hero? Not the player, but the best hero in this game.
Probably the wizard Razor.
Razor's not a wizard.
Isn't he the electric man?
He is an electric man, but he's not a wizard.
Yeah.
He's like
He casts thunderbolts.
He's like in hell. He's like a hell demon that patrols hell for people who are trying to escape, and then just zaps the hell out of them. The thunderbolt's not cast; it's just like a natural part of his body. It's part of his biology.
I see.
Does that make you change your answer?
Yes. If he's not a wizard, I don't like him as much.
All right, then who is it?
Which one is a wizard?
Lion's a demon witch. Does that count?
Oh no, he fucking sucks.
Lich used to be a wizard when he was alive, but he's not alive anymore. Does that count?
You know what? I'll go with Lich. He's not a wizard, but he's undead like Link.
And he has that crazy skin with like the evil eye hat. It's like the episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy where they hypnotize everyone. You remember that episode, right?
I actually don't.
Oh, well, they hypnotize everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And the episode ends when they lose the hat and then they get hypnotized. Is that crazy or what?
That's pretty crazy.
Have you ever been hypnotized?
No. I mean, I've been hypnotized by, like, anime titties and stuff, but not like...
it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Lion got the Gem of True Sight. What do you think the Gem of True Sight does? Just hearing the name.
It lets you see through illusions or something like that.
It lets you see all invisible units around you, but you drop it on the ground if you die, and the enemy can pick it up. And he's just giving it to pvcpipe, who is now the proud owner of one Gem of True Sight. Which is interesting. I feel like that's probably more trouble than it's worth in this game. Well, pvcpipe has not died much so far, so I guess it's kind of low risk. That still kind of sucks. It's kind of a risky move. Oh, this is Clink's at work here. Does actually get the. Ooh. Oh, Horo just got cleaned up. Oh man, they're trying to get the drown response, but everybody's here now. So all they can really do is just delay game. Slizzy's still going for it. He doesn't have anything to do here. He doesn't have a rod or a gleep, so he just has to watch her run away and can't do anything about it. Slightly unfortunate. Also, once again, kind of shows the importance of pvcpipe being in a good position prior to the start of things. So he's still wandering around the back lines here. The sentry ward is nearby, so if he walks under it, he's going to be visible, but they can't actually see him here, so it's fine. Artillery coming out, and it is just going to shred pvcpipe, but Drow just gets shredded right back. So he's just killing everybody back here. Razor has caught up to him, but cannot sustain following him. Speaking of cannot sustain following him, the Spectre cannot sustain following the Sapphire anymore. Sapphire's just simply too tanky for him to deal with. Just too fast, has the Gleam near. Overall, while it is a slim margin, the Dire do come away with more money. And notably, Drow lost the top net worth in the server, by the way. Lost money on that. While Spectre and Clinks only gained money. Most of the money went to the other two guys, which are lower positions, as you might recall. And Molsky just showed on the spot wave and got killed by Spectre. Spectre has her Ags. Ags lets her make one ghost on somebody, so if you just see somebody alone, you can just jump on them immediately out of nowhere. Much lower cooldown, you can do it a lot more often. What do you think of that? Does that sound crazy or what?
That sounds crazy or what?
If a ghost jumped on you, if a ghost like made a different ghost like appear by you and then teleported to it and then started kicking your ass, how would you react?
I'd probably be in a lot of pain and crying.
Can we get that on record? You would cry. Would your crying resemble anything? Like a female dog
probably
of diminutive size, for example.
Yeah, like a little chihuahua.
Yeah, but like specifically like female, usually like breeding age specifically.
Oh, you mean a witch?
No, that's Line. He's the demon witch.
Oh,
but you're
right.
you're getting there. You're getting there. A little damage on the Clinks, but unfortunately it's about to run out before he gets anything done, and they just put a sentry right in front of him, so I'm like 60% sure they can see him right now. I actually don't know. He's got an odd spot literally right on the radius. And nothing ultimately is going to happen. Spectre's actually taken over for net worth at this point. Now in first place, which might genuinely mean quite a bit here. Spectre starts to broaden the lead over Drow Ranger. It's going to get really nasty really fast. They don't really have many great answers to that. Even if Spectre, even if Razor steals her damage, she's got Blade Mail, and she's got this ability, Dispersion, and both of them do the same thing. They reflect incoming damage back at the person who's dealing it. So if Razor just steals all of her damage and then hits her, Razor just blows up like a tomato. You ever blown up a tomato before?
No. I've
Okay.
thought about it.
I think you've seen enough. Call the action in this fight.
Alright, so they're throwing fireballs at that one guy. The one guy's doing that big blue circle thing. A lot of artifacts on screen right now.
JPEG artifacts?
Yeah.
That's good. That's just, okay, good, ooh, good shot with the Q there. Here, let me help you. Awesome wall. A wall of illusion from pvcpipe. The Darkseer play in general there was really good. Even though he died for it, was super worthwhile, super saved the fight, just got everyone killed. Like I said at the start of the match, it was just like one guy who had okay damage. Then it would be really bad, but he had 3 guys with okay damage, and 2/3 of them were in the wall, and it just killed everybody inside. Literal would have killed everyone inside. Lion didn't even have to finger. And by the way, that's what this ability is called, Finger of Death, and everybody just says the first word like a verb when they're referring to it in Dota, so Lion fingers you. You ever been fingered by a lion before?
Not yet.
Not yet implies you think it's going to happen.
It could. You never know.
Well, not yet means you think it specifically, like, is likely to happen. What has led you to believe that there's a good chance that you could be fingered by a lion?
I mean, have you seen that guy's fingers?
Well, I didn't say by a lion, I just said by a lion. It could be him, it could be, like, other lions.
Well, I hope it's not like the cat kind of lion, because they... Can you call those things fingers?
Not really. Slizzy just walked right over this German truce site. Nobody cares about it. Ooh, but he walked right into vision here. This is unfortunate. Okay, but luckily, he... okay, that was not... He did not need to use BKB there. That's very unfortunate. Luckily, the chain broke immediately, so he didn't actually steal any of Clinks' damage. He has his Daedalus now. Daedalus is crits. There's an archer in this game, and now he has critical hits. What do you think of that? Does that remind you of anything?
Maple Story.
What's that?
You'd rather not know.
Wow, Drow there just killed the, Clinks in like a second flat. It's not great. It's not a good scenario. That makes me instantly think they need more defensive items for this guy. And Pohohoro is just caught in the crossfire. She's just dead too. That's not great. If you're the PvC team, you don't want that happening to you. These 2 guys just randomly die for no reason. 1,000 gold changes hands. Most of it falls into Drow's pocket. That's very awkward. It's not what you want. Not what you want. When's the last time you gave some blue woman money by accident?
Many years ago on Maple Story.
Oh, how'd that go? Give me lowdown what happened there.
She wanted to be my internet girlfriend for like 1 day, and then she broke up with me.
Why'd she do that?
I don't know, because she was a woman on Maple Story. You know how they are.
How are they?
I mean, you know Alice.
Who?
Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, man.
Well, you gotta describe. You gotta go on public record and describe all your feelings about women.
You know what? I love those little creatures.
Those little what now?
You know, the little people.
The little people? Are you saying all
Yeah,
women are
you know.
short?
Yes, they are.
What about tall women?
I never seen one.
Dyer, scan out Roche here. It is most certainly going to actually happen. Matt has lost his marbles trying to go here. Oh no, that could have thrown the game, I think. I think that might be it. That's very unfortunate for Team PvC. But yeah, Ultra Kill on Drow, she's way back in first place. About to get Roche. Gives you the Aegis of Immortality, which makes you respawn immediately where you were when you died. Full health and everything. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I think that was a throw.
So is this like a boss?
Kinda, yeah. It's gonna be up next in like 8 minutes. Probably like 10 or 11, really. That is super unfortunate. I think these guys just lose now. pvcpipe has been seen by a ward here. This, the yellow type of ward, sees people. Literally just shows you the area around it. They're going to elect not to do anything about this guy. And just start going to the high ground.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He gets up, he's not even gonna have ult. Good news is the Radiant team are going to just immediately start looking at getting out of here, which is good. They still have the Aegis, which is bad. I think they could definitely, like, convincingly not win the game in 4 minutes, but they can put it so that the Dire can't really win in 4 minutes.
Radiant's middle tower is under
To see how that comes out. Halberd comes out on the Venomancer, which disarms you. Cannot attack anymore, which is really bad if you're somebody like Spectre. Can't really do anything about it either. You just have to accept it. Greaves almost coming out here on the Darkseer. Which is good. Which is good. But a tier 4 token here. I would be very shocked if something in there was better than Cloak of Flames. And he's not even gonna look. His teammate does the Tormentor, and he gets a free shard even though he was nowhere close to that. Is that fair or what? Let's see, who was in the runnings? Him and Clinks. So Clinks actually did the Tormentor. He gets no... Okay, well this is a horrible spot to be. They just shot the hell of a lot on him, but that does not matter. He is down, he has no buyback. He has no buyback. That is not good. Guys, stop walking up to them! Stop walking up to him alone. Lion's at least able to buy back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower has fallen. What was your favorite memory with that top tower?
When it fell just now.
Yeah, that was really good. This is a really good Lich ult. Once again, the Lich ults are coming out very strong this game. Vector is going in deep and hard here. Ooh, Lion just reflected his own ult back at himself and died. First set of racks is gone. They're just gonna move down here. Do it again. You'd see that Aegis come out there, Drow died, and then came back immediately.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks.
It is a shame.
Oh, go ahead.
Because I think the real thing in this game is that, like, most of the times that somebody like was just in a crazy spot at a crazy time. I do agree. Like when that Roche happened and Matt showed up for the 1v5, it was right to go. His team should have been there. This is a big shame. We're gonna have one more wall right at the end here. It's not gonna really do much of anything, I don't think. So Razors is gonna run right through it. All the barracks are down, mega creeps are out. Spectre is dead. Again, no buyback. Again, cool ult though. Artillery comes out in response, but not much ineffective here. But okay, everybody dies. That's how this fight goes. Unfortunately, I'm not very convinced that this team is, in any case... I don't know what he's responding to here. I don't really believe this team has any hope. Realistically, they should probably just GG and get on with it. You can just instantly concede a game. You hit GG. Well, if you say GG in all chat, that's how you do it. Do you feel like you've learned anything about this game?
Not really.
Why not?
Because, well, I mean, things are constantly happening, and I don't really understand any of it.
Well, explain what you did learn. Comprehensively.
Alright, I learned that, the ultimate goal of the game is to destroy the Eye of Sauron, apparently.
Well, it's either this Eye of Sauron or the Eye of, like, good Sauron. So yeah, you learned that. What else did you learn?
I learned that that alligator has a really fun walk cycle, and I like looking at it.
That's good, that's good.
I think that's unironically the most entertaining thing about this match is when that alligator is on screen and walking.
You used to be able to get this, like, super close-up view of, like, I called it street view. It'd be like a third-person perspective camera, basically. But sadly, they no longer allow spectators to do that for some insane reason. Unless you, like, bind your keys really weird and, like, basically jailbreak into it. Which I'm not gonna do. The good old hallmark of any Dota game. A once competitive game that turns into a really hopeless Mega Creeps standoff. So when you kill all the barracks, all the creeps get really huge, which means they're able to, like, kill your towers and kill the Eye of Sauron really quickly. And even kill you really quickly if you're unfortunate. Which means when you get Mega Creeps, you basically, unless you have some really great way to deal with it, you're basically now just consigned to lose. Because even if you, like, kill a bunch of people, if you try to leave your base, these guys just come to your towers, just kill them. So it is possible to win from this scenario, it's just exceptionally unlikely. And the reason that these guys continue to defend is specifically to troll us. So there you go, you would have never been trolled if you hadn't said yes to this. But now you know what it's like. How does it feel being trolled?
Damn, I finally understand all the people I've heard over the years.
There's a character in this name named Troll Warlord, and he's always talking about trolling people. They're gonna maybe get the kill on Reedy, but he is really far. Okay, they got the wall up, but doesn't do anything. Artillery comes out. Drone's gonna not even die. Never mind. Rampage for J-Bay. Please nerf this character. And we're going home. Reedy takes game one.
Monsters victory. That is not how I remember the movie ending.
That's probably how the season is going to end. These guys are like the top dog team. Like, by far. It was actually really amazing, really, that the pvcpipe team was putting up that performance. And I do think, unfortunately, they should have won this game, really. I do think they probably should have won. But unfortunately, there's just a really pressing lack of chemistry here. Just too many times. Too many occasions you would just have Slizzy or Matt or PVC would just be in some random weird location and then just suddenly die. And that's it. They just suddenly die. Just get randomly picked or just randomly jump into 5. It's like, I don't know, it's like nobody's watching the map. It's like a lot of those times, like, Spectre jumped into 5 a couple of times in this game, like, super knowingly. Like, would use ult, which shows her everywhere, like, everybody on the enemy team shows her where they are, right? And then she would see that and be like, all right, 1v5, no balls, and just die immediately. I don't know.
Real amateur move. Even I wouldn't do that.
That's true. No, you probably would. But yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, I do think this is more of a throw on PVC Pipe's part, the team, not the guy, than a masterful, genius masterstroke as far as the Reedy team goes. See if they can recover from that and not throw next time.